This one appears to maybe be the biggest one of the trip so far. Yeah! Yes! Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Oh, wow, what a fish. Good morning, and welcome to Canada. My first time here, maybe yours as well, to the channel, and if so, thanks for stopping by. We do on this channel a mixture of hunting and fishing, and one of my main goals for the channel is to introduce people to the outdoors in a wholesome way, and also this is an opportunity to share some cool things that I get to do, and this is one of those things. So I am at PK Resort in Ontario, Canada, fishing for pike and walleye, and this is a fly-in trip. And this is my first fly-in trip, and it's just been incredible. And hopefully we'll get some fish in the boat this morning. I'm just rigging up, and there's a little bit more context to this trip, but I figure I'll get a minnow down, then we can talk about what's going on. So we'll see what happens here. Dropping down. Fast as that. So beautiful Ontario, Canada walleye. This is maybe the smallest one of the trip so far, but hopefully we'll catch a lot more this morning. So how we've been getting walleye here is just jigging with a jig head and a minnow, and it's been quite productive. One of the oldest techniques in the book, but sometimes it's hard to beat. So finding points and rock piles and flats, just looking for actively feeding fish is kind of the name of the game. There we go. Just another little guy. Smaller ones this morning. But what you can see is just a small jig head. This one is a 1/4 ounce, just white. We've been having a lot of luck on white and chartreuse. And I also have in front of me a Livescope system. So flew this in, fortunate enough to have a great friend that allowed me to borrow this, and this has been quite the treat. And what we're doing is typically we've been drifting, and it's a little bit unconventional use of Livescope. So we don't have electric motors, and we've been drifting, and I have the sonar set up kind of the opposite direction of where drifting. So in this case, drifting to my back and the sonar pointing forward. So that way we can see our jig and the fish that are interacting with it, and we can kind of adapt our response and jig those fish, and also see what fish are there and if there are any fish there. And it has a lot of an ice fishing feel that way, which is kind of nice, right? With ice fishing, and when you're using a flasher, you can see that there's fish there, and you can adapt your cadence and kind of system of jigging to try and entice the fish to bite, and that's what we've been doing here. So again, 1/4 ounce jig. When it's been a little bit windier and we're drifting quicker, we've been bumping up that weight to something a little bit heavier, which has been helpful just so that we can visualize our jig as best we can and get it kind of down to the bottom. The same with a little bit deeper water. We want to make sure that we can see our jig on the Livescope and kind of give a solid presentation to these walleye. We're only at about 10 feet of water here off this little point. It's a beautiful morning, and we've got more fish down there. Lots of fish. Just a real slow presentation. Get them to it and you can see them interacting with your jig, and then you can hoist them up just like this. A lot of times they run in schools of similar sizes, and so that's kind of what we're in right now, but they're a lot of fun to catch regardless. So just a little bit more context about why we're here up in Canada in this beautiful place is had the opportunity to pair up with a youth ministry called Triple T's Outdoor Adventures, and what they wanted to do is bring a whole bunch of kids up to Canada and go fishing and kind of share marvelous creation with them and just have a great time, and that's what we've been doing. So we're on day 4 or 5 of our trip here at PK Resort, and kids are a little bit tired. So I took this opportunity to get out on this beautiful morning and try and catch some fish and try and share what I've been doing with you all, because that's what we're all about here is sharing experiences. And it's been a lot of fun. You know, fishing obviously is the reason that we're up here, but there's been a lot of fun doing shore lunches and some exploring and playing and getting to know new people. And the kids on this trip are ages, 10 to 13, and so this is a big trip for quite a few of them. But they've been having fun and getting a lot of fish. So the fishing's been great. The weather's been quite good, with the exception of really just one morning. And the hope is that we're making memories that are going to last a lifetime for a lot of these kids. But they're all tired, so we're out here today. PK Resort has been amazing. The boats are incredible. The hosts, Paul and Kareen, are exceptional. Extremely kind in the fact that they were willing to allow this to happen at their resort that they've helped build up and establish over many years, and trust to us and a whole bunch of kids is quite generous. So we appreciate Paul and Kareen at PK Resort, and it's just been a blast up here fishing. A lot of big pike, a lot of big walleye have been caught, and a lot of numbers as well. So we've been doing really quite well, and it's just been a lot of fun. So there's a fish interacting. Let's see if we can get it into bite. Oh, there we go. And it's a little bit better fish too. So nicer than the small ones we've been catching right away. Only 10 feet of water, but it's a lot of fun. Let's see, we'll lift this guy in. Okay, so white jig right in the corner of the mouth, roof of the mouth actually, you can see. And I've always loved super dark walleyes, and it's just amazing to catch these nice golden healthy fish. They're all beautiful, all healthy, and we've been getting a lot this size. So just perfect eater size walleye with some bigger ones mixed in, and we're gonna get a new minnow and just get back down there because there's probably more. That is so fun. It's hard to beat. I've been places where we've caught a lot of walleye. So Saginaw Bay is spectacular. Lake of the Woods is spectacular. But the adventure aspect of a trip like this has just been a blessing to be part of. Something that was always on my bucket list and something that I always wanted to do. And here we are doing it. Blessed to be able to do this and share it with you. There we go. Another one. There. Just another beautiful Ontario walleye. Beautiful morning, beautiful place. It's just hard to beat. Okay, so we've got a suspended fish back there behind our bait. Just kind of flickering in and out of the screen. Some bait fish down there. Rocks on the bottom. 3 fish. Just gotta get their attention. Oh, there's one right underneath us. See if we can get that one to bite. That one looks like a bigger fish. And this is the crazy part, is that you never know without this sort of system what is going on with your bait down there and if there's actually fish there or not. And now you can see that fish just kind of trailing me, just eyeballing, but not really wanting anything to do with that jig and minnow. And that looks like a better fish for sure. So we would love to get that one to bite. Try and drop it down in the dirt a little bit to see what we can do. Just overall kind of apathetic. Let's see if we can raise it up a little bit. Oh, coming in to investigate. Maybe. Oh, come on. Drop it back down. And this is where it has a very much of an ice fishing feel, because this is kind of how it goes with ice fishing with the flashers. You got a fish on your screen and you work it up and you work it down and just try to get something to happen. But in this case, that one is not ultra aggressive. There's another one, so maybe that will help. Two of them there. This is just crazy. There we go. There we go. And that was the bigger of the 2 fish, so that was the one that we wanted. So maybe we'll see if we can get this one in the boat. Ooh, that is a big walleye. That is a beautiful fish. That is a beautiful fish. Come on. Whoa, okay. Whoa, okay. All right. Whoa. This one appears to maybe be the biggest one of the trip so far. Yeah! Yes! Oh, wow, what a fish. What a beautiful walleye. Oh my goodness. Wrapped up here a little bit. a little bit careful with fish like this. It's off in the net. I'm trying to hold it in the water. And look at this walleye. Oh my goodness, just a beautiful, beautiful Canadian walleye. Oh my gosh, just thick, beautifully healthy, and just a gorgeous fish. So I'm gonna get this one a little bit of a drink here a second, and we got a tape measure behind us. We'll just quick put it on the tape and get one more look before we let it go. Oh man, what a blessing. What a blessing. Right on 26 inches. Just an amazing, amazing walleye. Couldn't ask for anything more than that. And now let's see if we can get this fish back in the water. Yes. What a beautiful, beautiful walleye. Chased us on the Livescope for a while. 26 inches up at PK Resort. Just a gorgeous fish. And we want to take our time with fish like this because they're old. And up at PK Resort here, they want you to release everything over 24, 25 inches just to try and preserve these big fish in the lake. And that's what we're going to do here. So doing pretty well here. 26-inch Canadian walleye, just beautiful and thick. I'm just gonna take lots of time. Make sure that she gets her strength back here. What an amazing fish. Yep, starting to do some tail kicks. Thank you. What an amazing fish that was. 26 inches, doesn't get any more simple than that. Just a 1/4 ounce white jig head with a minnow. And that fish just followed along on the Livescope for quite a while before biting. And it was actually that other fish that kind of enticed it to bite. And just trip made over and over and over. Trip made, and it's just so fun. Such a beautiful morning, quiet. Couldn't ask for anything better. And to top it off, a great fish. And oh. And maybe more if I was actually paying attention. But if you have the opportunity to do a fly-in trip, certainly go for it. Like I said, this was on my bucket list, but there was a part of me that never figured it would be possible. So I'm just extraordinarily grateful to be here. And for a person who likes aviation and small aircraft, that's a huge part of the trip. And it's just so fun. And there's great fishing in a lot of places in the world, but the adventure to get here and kind of the off the grid feel to a fly-in fishing camp just makes it all the better. And PK Resort has been incredible to us, and the fishing's been pretty good too. So 26 inches, that's my biggest of the trip so far. Yesterday I was fishing with one of the kids here, and she got a 27 in our boat, and that was just a lot of fun. And kind of the same system where it followed the jig for a long time, and we watched that fish for a long time before it finally bit. And it's just amazing to be able to watch that on the screen and hook into it, and then just the weight of the fish kind of confirming what you were figuring was going to happen, that you were just going to get a really beautiful Canadian fish. There. Beautiful. beautiful sunrise. Oh, amazing. So we definitely started on kind of the smaller fish today, but we're improving on size now that the sun's kind of coming up a little bit higher. So, awesome. It's hard to beat that. Just golden walleye, golden hour, sun coming up over the trees. Just amazing. Just amazing. And it hasn't always been like this. So last night we were out kind of near this spot where I'm fishing right now, and the bite was tough. So we're having some great luck this morning with the right fish. So we're seeing fish on the screen, and the fish are engaging and actually eating. So we've been seeing some fish that were in a pretty negative mood yesterday, but it seems like today maybe whatever weather system was keeping them down has passed through, and now the fish are a little bit more active again, and which is awesome, because having a target-rich environment is great when you bring 30 kids fishing. So we're able to get all those kids on some fish, and everybody's been catching some, and that's really the primary goal of the whole trip. And so I think that has been a resounding success. Oh, there's one coming in very quickly along the bottom. Let's see what we can do here. It's just so fun to be able to see them. Come and swipe at it. Investigate it. Drop back down. Ignore you. That's the most frustrating part, is when you have multiple fish following your jig and none of them want to bite for whatever reason, and it's just like, what in the world? And you would never know that, right? You could be fishing in a spot and you could swear there's no fish there, but there's 6 fish following your jig, and they're just not biting because of the weather, because of something wrong with your jig or minnow or something like that. But Livescope certainly has pros and cons. The limits are still the limits. So is it more efficient? Yes. Do you learn a lot about fish? Absolutely. Is it a great way to get kids interested? Yes. Is it a distraction for kids and they don't watch their rod tips? Yes. So lots going on with Livescope. There's a lot of discussion about it. I was fortunate enough to be able to bring this one on this trip, and it's been really helpful. It's been really helpful for... That minnow's a Houdini. Just completely disappeared. Because that one deserves to live. It's been really helpful to learn a new body of water, to find active fish that we can actually catch with the kids in the boat, and for them to be able to really figure out and learn what they're doing with their fishing rod, and how that corresponds with what's going on underneath, and how the fish react to that, and hopefully make them a little bit better anglers rather than just spoiling them with electronics. So it's been beneficial, I think. The fishing up here is great regardless. You certainly don't need it, but it has been helpful. There we go. Man, they actually fight pretty hard here in this shallow water. What a beautiful morning. Just so many of this size that we've come across. You know, anywhere from 14, 15 up to 18 is very common, and as you've seen, a chance for a real trophy. Lots of 30 inchers come out of Canada, of course, and here too, and we've had quite a few in that 25 range to boot. Come on. There we go. But overall, in terms of numbers and average size, it's been superb. So just a blast. Sun's coming up. It's been amazing, and it's probably about time to head back in and see if the kids are up, and then we can come right back out and catch some more fish. So this is an experience I wanted to share. Grateful to be able to be here. I'm grateful to come on this trip, and grateful to catch some great fish with some great people. So thanks for watching. Check out PK Resort, our hosts. White River Air is the way that we flew in here, and they were great. They have the logistics dialed. It's just been amazing, relatively seamless, and as you can imagine, with 30 kids coming along, you could have a lot of problems, but thankfully everything's gone really well, knock on wood, and hopefully we'll catch a lot more fish here in the future. So we appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.